Hey Tactical family, this is Mike. Welcome back to the Tactical Llama. Today we got a rifle from a company that's often referred to as something crapping in the woods. Stick around, we'll tell you what it is. All right, before the intro, I told you we have something for a company whose name is associated with something crapping in the woods, and that is Bear Creek Arsenal. But that does not mean that this rifle is crap. Today we're going to do our tabletop review. So you know, anytime we do a tabletop review, and then we'll do our range review. Before we get started though, make sure you like and subscribe. That's the way we keep these channels going. It appears that YouTube has changed something and a lot of our views are getting less and less. If you really want to support the channel, you can buy super thanks. You can also check out our merch at thetacticalllama.com. We'll put that right here. Our shirts are not those cheap Teespring shirts that you get off of the web. Ours are done by a local company. They use directed transfer film. You can see how vibrant the colors are. We have some stuff on the back of the shirt. I'm not going to go into all that. But if you want to support the channel, go get our merch off of tacticalllama.com. We're going to be offering some hats. I think these hats are fire. The Texas on there. And this is actually acrylic on there. So these hats are legit. Fair disclosure, Bear Creek Arsenal sent this rifle out to the channel. But that is not going to hinder our review of this rifle. We're going to give you an honest review, what we think about it, what we like, what we don't like. So Bear Creek Arsenal is definitely in the budget rifle game. They compete with Palmetto State Armory. They compete with Radical Firearms. As a matter of fact, if you want to look wherever YouTube puts that shit, there is a link to the review that we did, Battle of the Budgets, PSA versus Radical, and we just posted our third in that series. So let's talk about this rifle. This is a 16-inch rifle with a carbine length gas system. Now the carbine length gas system, it would be better if this was a mid-length, given the length of the barrel. But carbine is just fine. It'll be a mid-length to a little bit softer shooting, a little bit less wear and tear. But overall, if you're a casual shooter, that shouldn't be a problem. So let's go ahead and we're going to go from back to front. Let me go ahead and get this thing out of the stand here. Now, I have fired this, but again, this is our tabletop review. Starting from the back, this is your, I don't even know who makes this, to be honest, but it is a, what I would call your 1980s buttstock. No padding on it. It is adjustable, but it's not comfortable. I don't like it. The buffer tube is your mil-spec tube. So I down the road I might swap this stuff out. It does come with a swivel swing. There are no quick detach mounts back here. Oh, there's your kind of sticky. But once you use that, if you don't mind, it works. It's perfectly adequate for what the buttstock needs to do. Moving forward, the castle nut. The castle nut is not staked. To be honest, I don't freak out about that. I know there's some people like, oh, it shouldn't be it should be staked, etc. Check your weapons. If it's loose, tighten it. You can get yourself a wrench that tightens these. It's not that expensive. Tighten it. Make sure it's good. These people that freak out about those, it drives me nuts. Coming forward, we'll start with the bottom. This, the pistol grip is your standard A2 type pistol grip. It works. Again, it's old school. I don't like it. It's very thin. I don't like the grip angle. So at some point we'll swap these out, probably with BCA Bravo 5, I love the B5 system stuff. Absolutely love it. So that's probably what we'll switch out to. Going forward, the lower is your mil-spec lower. Mil-spec selector safety switch. Okay, nothing special there. Just your normal selector safety switch. It is 775 T6 aluminum. So you're going to get a better lower through PSA or a better lower through Radical. If you go with their standard mil-spec stuff, probably not. So it works. The selector switch is tactile like it's supposed to be. The trigger. There's your take up. I mean, it hits that, and then a little creep, hardly noticeable at all. For being a mil-spec trigger, there's a little, and then bang. It's not terrible. It works. Obviously, you can get a better trigger, but it works. Charging handle is your standard mil-spec. I will say though, charging this, it's tight. Like that spring is, I don't know if it's a heavier spring or what, but it is tight when you charge this thing. It works, so you don't have to worry about that. The bolt lock, bolt release, your standard mil-spec bolt lock, bolt release. I like Bear Creek. They put their bear on there, so you know that that's their rifle. One thing I'm gonna show you. So we shot this already. Look at the deflector. There is no brass on this at all. No shell casings hit this. So what does that tell you? Put it in the comments below what you think that means, and I'll tell you at the end what I think it means. But put in the comments why you think that's there. Why there's no brass, even though we shot this already. Moving forward, so the upper 775 T6 aluminum. It's your standard upper right there. It has Picatinny across the top. To be honest, I prefer Picatinny all the way across the top, but there's plenty of Picatinny here for any accessories that you want to put on there. The rail, 15, let me make sure I get that right. I thought it was in here. I believe that's a 15-inch rail. So it has M-LOK on the top, M-LOK all around at your, actually M-LOK 3, 6, 9, and 12, and then some Picatinny here at the front. Like I said, I like lots of Picatinny, but M-LOK is okay. I like a thin rail too. This is a nice thin rail, so I like a rail that I can really clamp onto and hold. So I really appreciate that thin rail. I have heard some people review the lockup on this thing between the upper and the lower is solid. I have heard some people talk about where this rail comes into and attaches. There are 8 screws that hold that thing in there. So that's a lot, but you got to have it lined up perfectly for the screws to go in. Check your screws, people. If they're not Loctited, get Loctite in there. Get those screws set. Because if they back out, you run a problem with this moving. So make sure you do that. All right, they should come that way from the factory, in my opinion, but you never know. So go ahead and check that and make sure. It comes with a very interesting muzzle device, compensator, flash hider. It's spiraled all the way around it. I don't know if that helps keep the recoil down. It's interesting. It's interesting. I kind of like an A2 flash hider, to be honest. But there it is. It's a little bit different. It's a little bit different. I will tell you, shooting it was nice. It wasn't bad. The barrel is a 4150 chromoly vanadium barrel. It is a 1/2x28 and it's a 1/8 twist. The Palmetto State Armory and the Radical Firearms are 1/7 twist rifles. What else to make sure I'm not missing anything? It's a Parkerized barrel and the rest is anodized. From what I understand, Parkerization and anodization are kind of a spin-off, or one's a spin-off of the other. But the coatings are going to be strong no matter what. So you're not going to have to worry about that. That's the standard. Everyone's either Parkerized or hard anodized on their stuff. Let's go ahead and look at the lower to make sure I didn't miss anything on this lower. It is multi-caliber, so 223, 5.56. Again, buffers mil spec, stocks M4. That is your normal stuff. Normal stuff. If you're interested in this, go ahead and check out the link in the below to our campsite. If you're interested in this, we are going to do a shooting video that's going to get posted here real soon. So if you're interested after we shoot it, you can check out the campsite or in our links below, or you can go to the tacticalllama.com. We don't directly link you to any manufacturers in our videos, y'all. You can't do that on YouTube. So you've got to go yourself and find the links. So we don't directly send you to a manufacturer. We can't do that. If you go to tacticalllama.com, you can find information there on what to do, but we cannot direct you, link you to a manufacturer's website. That's not allowed. So if you're looking for information, go check out our website. All right. So there is our tabletop of the Bear Creek Arsenal BCA15 rifle. We're going to put this up against the winner of the Battle of the Budgets. So make sure you watch that series of videos so you can find out who won, and then find out who this video is going up, who this rifle is going up against. It's very interesting who won. Now, why is there no brass on this deflector from where it ejects the casings? Because this thing is over-gassed. It was shooting all the way out to the front. Okay, we should have a nice deflection and out to the side, but it was shooting them. That's why there is no discoloration on this deflector right there. So it's a very over-gassed rifle. But it performed. So make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you check out the upcoming range video. Until next time, stay safe, stay free, support the Second Amendment. We'll see you in the next video.